Hi, I'm Sharon. I manage the junior doctor recruitment across Australia and New Zealand here at Head Medical. I managed to catch up with one of our doctors who started in the Taranaki region last year. Here's what he has to say. Robin, thank you so much for, agreeing to speak with me as well, because I know you've got a very, very busy schedule. Just wanted to take the opportunity to catch up. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2 months.
most definitely. Yeah. But yeah, as I say, I just really wanted to find out how you were getting on. How's the job going?
It's going great. So like last year, I was doing an F3, so it allowed me to be here early because I had, well, no prior commitments in the UK. So I arrived here at the end of July, and yeah, started working at Taranaki Base Hospital. Yeah, on 1st of August, if I remember. So it's been a few
Correct.
months.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been very enjoyable. I've enjoyed the work and the life here.
Which is excellent to hear. Fantastic. Excellent. But I guess the other questions I had for you as well, just because I'm curious, in terms of, what's your day-to-day like and how does that compare to, your job here in the UK?
I've got a contract in obs and gynae, so that's all I do, and so it's my experience is going to be kind of focused on just that specialty. When I received my contract, it said, I don't remember exactly. I think it was 64 to 68 hours a week, which did seem quite scary to me at the time, but I still went with it because I wanted this experience. But that is more of a maximum, to be honest. So a day for me would be 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So an 8-hour day.
Yeah.
And throughout the week, I'll do one, occasionally two on calls, which are 12-hour shifts. So rapid calculation, I should have done this before. 32. So yeah, it's more like around 44 hours a week. And then once every month and a half, I'd say, I go through a period of 2 weeks where all my on calls, my night shifts and weekends are kind of grouped together in a 2-week period. So it's kind of hard at those points, but I'd rather have it that way, kind of all grouped together, so that I can have this more kind of office hours kind of timetable the rest of the time.
Yeah, no, it sounds good as well. And I guess just for continuity for you and knowing what you're doing when, it just
Yeah.
gives you that opportunity to then schedule things that you really enjoy doing out of work as well. So, which is fantastic. No, that's all good. And I
Absolutely.
guess, the other sort of question I had as well for you, just again, talking about the job role in the hospital, how do you find working in the hospital? Have you navigated your way around as well now? Have you settled in?
Yeah. So I'm in Taranaki Base Hospital, which is in New Plymouth. So it's a relatively small town. I think it's about 40,000 people living here. But it's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
quite a larger catchment area. And to be honest, at the scale of New Zealand, it's not that small. Now we've got Wellington, Auckland that are kind of the big centres, north and south of the North Island. Hamilton is one as well. But yeah, I'd say probably, yeah. I mean, don't quote me on it, but possibly the fourth biggest hospital on the North Island. Um, Again, don't quote me on that. I haven't actually checked that.
Sorry, I won't, I promise.
But yeah, so yeah, I've got a job at RMO level. So RMO is resident medical officer, which kind of includes SHO and registrar. So we also use that same terminology to be more precise. And so yeah, people will use the term SHO, and to be honest, the duties are fairly similar to an SHO in the UK. And I work on the supervision of consultants that I can call whenever I need to. The roster is shared. It's an RMO roster, so sometimes it's I won't have necessarily a registrar I can call on. Like at nights, it'll
Yeah.
be just me, and so it's just calling the consultant directly.
Mm-hmm.
During the day when there's more of us, yeah, there are more senior people, so registrars, that I can sort of ask for advice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
How did you find that transition? Because, I know from speaking to other doctors at the same level, the thought of being the only doctor or the most senior doctor there and having a consultant on call as opposed to a registrar to go to. How did you find that transition?
um, it's okay. I mean, there's always like some challenges to it. Not and it's natural, like not to want to call the consultant too much, to want to be
Mm,
independent. But
yeah.
I guess that's very similar to the UK
Mm,
system, where when you're calling a senior, you try and make sure that you've tried everything at your level of
yeah.
expertise before going to someone more senior. And it's the other thing is here, it's because it's relatively small hospital. So in the UK, I've worked mainly in Derby Hospital, and so this one is smaller, which means smaller
Yeah.
teams as well. So you do have a different rapport with seniors. It's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's in a way I feel there's less distance. So
Yeah.
that makes it easier to talk to them. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely, definitely. And that's quite common in terms of feedback I receive as well. It is the smaller team, it's more close knit, so
Yeah.
it does make it a little bit easier as well for you. But no, that all sounds fantastic. It sounds like you're having a good experience, and clinically, it sounds like you'll have quite a diverse sort of caseload as well, which is great, in terms of furthering your career. So that's really good to hear. Really good to hear. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, well, in this case, I can only speak from the experience in this specific specialty, obs and gynae.
yeah,
So I might not be applicable to other specialties, but in my case, yeah, it's been great because it's again small hospital, so shared roster. Like one day I might be doing obstetrics, the other day I might be doing gynecology. I've
yeah.
been asked to help in theatres quite a lot. Some of the
Great.
consultants
Yeah.
have been quite keen to teach me, so I've gained a lot of skills, of practical skills.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, from that point of view, it's been amazing.
Yeah, it sounds it. It definitely sounds it there as well. And I guess obviously, after work, now that you've got sort of that sort of lifestyle as well, because you've got the beach in New Plymouth, but you've also got, Mount Taranaki as well. So
Yeah,
yeah, I bet there's so much to do as well when you've got your downtime.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I've mentioned the size of New Plymouth, so it's a small place.
Yeah.
Um, Again, compared to what I was used to in the UK, so there might not be same level of like, I don't know, like nightlife or just like regular events, but it is a very active city. We've got some
Mm.
festivals going on, a few concerts, a lot of
Yeah.
shows. It is, yeah, as I said, a very active city. That kind of yeah, does more than you would expect, a place of this size.
Mm.
But as you mentioned, the biggest thing for me is yeah, the outdoors. We've got the beach.
Hmm.
New Plymouth is a big surfing spot. So you've got a lot of
Yes.
surfers,
Hmm.
especially now that in December, this is summer here. So
Yes, I
it's
know.
yeah, the season is starting. But yeah, you get like I don't know, kayaking out there. I see a lot of fishing going on, and yeah, as you mentioned, Mount Taranaki and the surroundings, a lot of hiking
Yeah.
spots. So for anyone who likes outdoor activities, I would definitely recommend this
Mm.
place.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. That's brilliant to hear. And it's so good to hear that you're having a really good experience, but also you're getting to explore, your surroundings as well and
Yeah,
really make the most of it, while you're there. So great to hear. But no, certainly we'll keep in touch for sure. And again, thank you for talking to me and telling me a little bit more about your experience. It's really much appreciated. And I'll catch up
My,
with you soon.
yeah, absolutely.